Hello, my name is Kayla Robinson. There's living things on Earth. There's you and I and everything surrounding us. There are many factors that are thought to have played a role in creating life, one of them being asteroids. There are also many theories that have been developed with evidence found on Earth as well as other planets. Not shockingly, there are many people who disagree with the thought of life existing elsewhere, these being religious individuals as well as scientists. I am here to take you through a space journey in an attempt to prove that there is life beyond our planet. In a bout of curiosity, I conducted a survey to understand the general public's thoughts and ideas on this topic. Let's take a look at what some of our peers are saying.
Yes. No.
Yes.
This was the most diverse answer out of them all, with 33% of answers having said no. Astonishingly, when asked the question, all responses were yes. Here is the thought of one of the respondents.
The universe is so large, and we haven't explored the surfaces of practically 100% of it. Even if it's not advanced life like us, life absolutely exists out there.
Asteroids are some of the most abundant things in the universe, mass-wise. In our solar system alone, there is thought to be between 1 and 2 million of them in the main asteroid belt. These came to be with the formation of the solar system billions of years ago. They are the rock remnants from the rocky planets forming. Don't get them confused with this kind of rock. They look more like this. Abby A. Donaldson wrote an article on NASA's OSIRIS-REx mission. It was organized to gather a sample of the surface of the asteroid Bennu. It was discovered that carbon and water molecules reside on this space rock. Knowing that asteroids can hold these kind of compounds, plus the fact that there is an abundance of them, then it is entirely possible that asteroids holding the same elements have fallen onto other planets. Knowing this information, scientists can create hypotheses about how life began on planets, including our own. Because this information is new, we aren't entirely sure if and how they play a role into creating life. But there are some very interesting theories that can be looked into. When you think about life being created, what is one factor that pops into your mind?
Water. The basis of all life is water. All creatures and plants need it to survive, and some, like these fish, live in it.
One theory suggests that life started on Earth because of the asteroids that slammed into the planet, creating hydrothermal vents underneath the surface of the oceans, says Kate S. Peterson on her article published on the webpage Inverse. These hydrothermal vents were thought to have acted as a home for the first living organisms, thermophiles. These are microbes that thrive in a very hot environment. Another theory supplied by Charles Darwin is called the warm little pond theory, again found in Peterson's article. This theory revolves around wet-dry cycles. Think of a shoreline of a pond. When researchers put simple organisms to these wet-dry cycles in experiments, those living creatures grew larger and more complex. It is also thought that the hydrothermal vents created by asteroid impact could have also caused these wet-dry cycles to come about. The evidence found on Earth is exciting and brings us closer to an answer about why life began here in the first place. Knowing this information gives scientists something to look for on other worlds. Unfortunately, we cannot run experiments like what was done on Earth on other planets to see how life can start there. But there has been plenty of information gathered that can point us in the right direction. There are an incredible number of planets and exoplanets within our galaxy alone. Scientists will typically try to look for planets within the habitable zone. This is defined by NASA as the distance from a star that liquid water could exist on a planet's surface. There are some planets that have been found. Let's go take a look at them. Here we are, around 1,200 light years away. These are the planets Kepler-62e and 62f. J. A. Zalowaiewicz mentions that these planets are in his book, Ocean Worlds, The Story of Seas and Earth and Other Planets. He writes that these planets are big enough to maintain an atmosphere. There are also many similarities that point to the direction that life may already exist on this planet. The fact that water was found elsewhere in the universe is enough to celebrate. With there being not only other planets that can contain water, and water is known to be highly accumulated in the universe, then it is safe to say that there are 1,000 more out there. It is probable that there has been intelligent life in other places in the universe. Lenore Sierra wrote an article about the revised Drake equation. In the article, one of the scientists mentioned says that the odds are about 1 in 10 billion trillion. While that seems low, it is a good chance considering the sheer size of the cosmos. To sum up, we learned a lot today. There are many factors that may play into the creation of life, one being asteroids that crash into planets carrying compounds that could aid in the rise of life. We also learned about many theories that were developed about Earth, as well as some evidence to back them up. Lastly, we traveled to some planets and found some evidence that can point us in the right direction of existing life. The thoughts of the public were greatly opinionated. But what do you think? When you look up into the sky, can you find them?
Hey.
Oh, why did I speak?
Oh my god! The creation of life. No.